Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. A little midday money on a Wednesday, WINS day. You know, I could call it that. I've been calling it Wednesday for a long time. I don't know. I think it's funny. Like, subscribe, ring the bell here. Winning free picks. Welcome on in, wherever you're watching. Be on P&P, winning free picks, wherever. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Give me a follow. And also in the comment section, I threw up the link to the Believe page because I can find me on all your favorite podcasting channels. We got was that iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon Music, something called Stitcher, TuneIn. I don't know. I'm moving on up like the Jeffersons. We're big time now. Watch out. Watch out, everybody. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. I was telling Tim before the show, I said, you know what we got to do tomorrow? We'll start out, we'll do a little top five because it's Christmas time. The top 5 Christmas songs. And he's like, I hate Christmas music. I'm like, oh, I took him out of the chat. But yeah, top 5 Christmas songs. So think about it, people. Tim, you got to think about it. And Mariah Carey will not be on my top 5 list. That's not happening. And maybe a Christmas movie list tomorrow, too. Just tell you what I like. I think we've had this discussion before. If you don't know what my number 1 movie is, you should know. I got pictures of it on my Twitter all the time. I post that little fella up there, a little hairy guy. I love him. Makes me laugh. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. What are we waiting for here? Let's put up today's picks. They're also in the Twitter universe. Not much, just college basketball today. And let's start it out with a little recapping of yesterday's action, which, all right, you know, and college hoops premiums will go 5-2. Wonderful. 2-0-1 in the show. 2 doggies get it done for us. Eastern Washington, and Memphis. 53-47 plus 15 little baby dollars. We'll take it on the year to 163 and 136. Not too bad. 1386 to the positive for a $100 player. Take it. It might not seem like you see the plus 1300 and it comes out to about 54.5%. Which, again, people might look at and be like, that's terrible. I can do better. Yeah, sure you can. Go ahead. Bet 300 games to get better than about 55%. We'll see how you do. It's profitable. That's what we're trying to do here. It's not a one-day affair. I try to explain this to people. It's not a day. It's not a week. It's not even a month. If you're going to bet, it's all the time. You have up days, down days. I have the down day. And I'll get to today's free picks in a minute, but we'll just do the recap. So talk about down day. Hockey yesterday. We go 1-2 in our totals here. I got 2-4 in my premiums. Not good. 11-17 in the video, minus 307. And we're 31-39? Along those lines for hockey for the season. Not good. Got to get a little better. I understand. NBA, no NBA picks. 14-13 in the video. Although 10-9 plus 335 overall on the year. College football, that'll start coming up again on Friday. We have bowls to talk about. 15-32 in the video, 16-55 there. NFL 30-35 minus 330 there. And we'll talk about the season totals towards the weekend. I'm doing good in NFL and college. We're just hovering around that 500 mark, 52% on the year. But let's start talking about today's college basketball picks here. And here we go. A couple dogs for you. Couple times 2. We have 4 underdog winners ready to roll here. Wright State, Coastal Carolina, Eastern Kentucky, and Riverside. Those are the 4 I like. And I got all these out. Actually, they're all, with the exception of Eastern Kentucky, I got 8 games. You got 3 of them right here. And I got a 5-pack up if you're looking for that kind of premium action. Again, I don't always tout the premium stuff. You can find it. You know where it is. We got the description. We got the link to the Believe. We got a link to a $39 a week pass if you want to get down on that. I only have 22 bowl games up, so if you want to get something a little longer, it might help you out. Any hoot, let's get right to comment time. We start the comments off. Number 1 in the chat today is Dave. Dave coming in. What do we got here? Higgs, I like the Bulls first half minus 2 points, and a full game minus a 4.5 with Chi-Town here over the Knicks. Huh. You know what? You know I don't like the Knicks. Let me just take a quick peek at their schedule because you know I'm not going to run to some NBA. Knicks off a win over Sacramento. Bulls overtime loser. What do they got here? They got a back-to-back versus the Knicks. Is this what I'm seeing here? They play today. Is this like the Orlando Magic and Toronto Raptors? They play today and play again Friday? What's that about?
Yeah, they do. And they're both in Chicago.
Yeah, that's like that Orlando game. Weird. Listen, you want to take the Bulls, Dave? Fine. You know I'm not loving the NBA slate. I'm not a big NBA guy. You know, you see the numbers for me in NBA. We got 19 on the season, I bet. You want to take the Bulls? We can take the Bulls. Dave also likes to go and say Warriors first quarter minus 1 point and the game minus 1.5. Where's the Warrior crew? Against the Pacers. See, I look at this and I want to say Pacers. Again, you look at this line. It's the Warriors. Now, what do they have? 2 wins on the road, and this is a pick 'em, basically. I mean, you're talking, and we had the Bucks here the other night. We used to take Milwaukee there over them. They have Philly up next. Is this the game they're really gonna? Granted, they are off a loss, and they just have to win when you're laying 1.5. But this is one of those lines to me where if I'm betting it, which I'm not, I don't want to bet NBA because of a crap like this, right? You get beat up by the Bucks. You got the Sixers, who are, by all hype and appearances, right? They're supposed to be or not supposed to be, but are considered an elite team in the East. And you have the Pacers here, right? Golden State should beat the Pacers. Indiana was a favorite. This line opened them as a small favorite, like as a 1. Now it's 1. No, it's Pacers or nothing for me here. Just the Warriors 1.5 because they have 2 wins on the road. 2-12. 2-12. If we flip this line and said the Pacers or Golden State was home, what would this line be? What would it be? 8, 9? My God, don't take Golden State. I'm no, thank you. Nice call on EW plus 12.5. You got a 12.5 last night on that? That was a 7. I got 17 in the chat we had. That came all the way down. Now I do mention, we do look headlines, right? So I mentioned getting ahead of line moves. Why I like to bet, especially football, kind of ahead of time, because I think of what will happen beforehand. Eastern Washington, when we did the show yesterday at noon, it was a plus 17. Not too bad. I know we get some viewers. I think between picks and parlays and winning free picks, I think we're about 500 on the show. I'm not moving the line 5 points. I mean, I'd like to think that I was part of that, but wow, 5-point line move. I do like Drexel here. I do like Drexel. Thought about it. Got the circle around Drexel. I got my got some bowl stuff in front of me here, so give me a second. Against the Hall, I thought about taking them. I didn't. I do like Drexel though. Daily best bets with T-Money in the house. What do you say, T-Money? How are you today? Don Play is in the house. What do you say, Don? Scoot Marshall played soft yesterday. What do we say about Greensboro? Right? NCG. I had Greensboro. That was one of my plays yesterday. Everybody's running a Marshall here.
Yeah, I did that with 2 plays yesterday. I saw everybody and their mother was on Marshall, so I went UNCG.
The line just kept coming down and down and down.
Everybody was all over the 11-1 UMass Lowell, so I took Rhode Island.
I had a lull yesterday.
Yeah, it was just two plays that I saw.
Was that
the
that was
lines
like a
didn't
loser
make
in
sense, so I bet them.
was that a loser in OT though, right?
Yeah, 77, 75 in OT.
Yeah.
Never know.
I had lull plus 1.5.
Yeesh.
That's it. That's a 5-2 day to a 6-1 to a 5-2.
Yeesh.
Yeah, that's a tough one. What am I gonna do? It happens. You like at least 8 dogs money line today, Rob? I have what out of my 8 games, I have 1, 2, 3, 7, no, 5 dogs. I got 2 faves today. Dinwiddie over rebounds and the Knicks plus 140. I guess if you want to take the Knicks, go money line, right? At a pick 'em basically what these are. I mean, anytime I see threes, or in this case it's a 4. I mean, at 140, I'm guessing you have a 3.5. I'm guessing with a 140. It should be 3. 3 should be 140, 145. If you think they're going to win, fine. Me, NBA today. The one game that stuck out, obviously the Pacers at plus 1.5. Also, the Thunder are getting 2.5 at home. Looks like a little play there. And my last one, just based on how they are, would have been the Raptors. Again, I could have threw all these out in the chat, right? People want a bunch of free picks, and maybe I should. But the Raptors at home, 10-3. Kings on the road, playing a couple here, lost a few. I was thinking maybe an over here, but the line's moved 4 points to the over. But Toronto, Pacers, Thunder would be my likes here. And the reason why, I'm going to take T-Money off because I don't want people to think I'm picking on T-Money, those who are watching on the video. I try not to just add things to the video for the sake of adding them. Like if I put 3 NBA out today and they go 0-3, 2-1, whatever the case may be. And then I come in and say, well, here's my record. Like NFL, we're 30-35 in a video. So people think, oh, you're 30-35. And then they'll go to a website and see that I'm 97-56. Well, what's your real record? They think I'm some kind of, scam guy. I just don't put every play in here. So that's why I don't add NBA just to add it. I have to, especially just adding things that even not one of them's something I bet. I can't do that. I try to put games out that I bet or really close to betting. Or on one of the free pick videos I do. I'll take the push better than lose Iona -6. Yeah, I got a push on Iona, and on one side I think I had a win Iona at 5.5. So Maryland -1. Tough one here, right? They got UCLA, little UCLA. No. Yes. That's still the one. That line has not moved. I like the UCLA club, but I don't want to get involved in this game. Maryland's off that tough Tennessee game. And UCLA has, I believe, Kentucky on deck. I wrote it down here. Yeah. So you have one team off a bruiser, another team with. Now Maryland's good this year, but you have Kentucky on deck. And again, are there look at spots for college hoops? It's just one of those scheduling things where you look at. For me, maybe lean Maryland. I get it. Home, short number. UCLA, west to east. Am I betting this one, Andrew? No. Richie P hitting the like button. Richie. So I went over. I was getting some Christmas chocolates because, hey, I'm a big cat. I want my little Lindor truffles. And I got one of those Walmart little baseball boxes for $4.99. I saved them just for you. They had I got 2 of them. They had packs of 88. I guess these are 88 Donrusses. I was hoping you're coming in today. I left them right by the computer here to do them. So I said, man, Richie P, here we go. Pedro Guerrero leading off. Oh, look at this, Richie, for you. Nice Ricky Henderson. I don't even know where the camera is. Gibson, Barnett, Rob Deere, Gus Poulidor, Chuck Rim. Anyway, not much in that pack. We got a Ricky, though. We're not happy with a Ricky Anderson. T-Money. Love Riverside today. I added this, and this is one of those games as I crack open another pack here of 88s. Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley on top. Again, I say when I add day of kind of stuff, I don't seem to have, I hate saying luck, but I put my things in and I'm kind of set. These are what jumped out of me. Riverside's one of these this morning. I added plus 14. Oregon has kind of played sub ball for me a little bit. Like I got this around like 10 or 12 Oregon. Okay. It'll be a no play. 14, I'm going to have to take a shot with a 14 spot. Last year, these guys played because I still have it up on the screen here. 71-65 as a 13-point dog, hanging close. And I think Oregon is not as good this year. So I'm going to take the 14 with you. Let's go. I got it. I mean, it's up. Hello. It's in the chat here. Keep fade in Louisville. This line, yeah. Louisville is now what? A touchdown dog to Western Kentucky. It's one of these games. It's like Florida State the other day, where we're going to lay the big number. Florida State ended up covering that number. And I thought Florida State I like Florida State. Louisville's a team I said could have problems. New coach, a lot of new players. I didn't take it. Maybe I should have. I mean, we were talking about them firing Kenny Payne. Like, oh, they got fired this guy. You can't really fire the guy in the first year. Kids leave. But can these guys actually be, I don't want to say they quit. Like, it's not college football where a guy's going to jump into the transfer portal at Christmas. But my, oh my, I mean, they lost to 22 Florida State. What's that? 17 Miami? 15 Maryland? Excuse me. 23. Basically 20 to Cincy, 19 points there. Texas Tech ran them out by 30. Here's another 26er. I mean, App State, they lost by 1. Wright State, they lost by 1. Why not? Louisville looks bad. It's how the NBA does. Now you'll see that a lot this season. I can't stand the NBA. I've been seeing that. The whole let's play back-to-backers, day off. Look at this one. Who'd be happy about this in 1988, Richie? Kevin Elster, rated rookie. How many people thought they were putting their kids through college with that bad boy? Kevin Elster, New York Met. Oh my goodness. What happened? Let me get Kevin Elster. Chicago Knicks game under. I don't love NBA, and NBA totals is not something I'm going to. I don't want to give opinion on NBA totals, especially like a Knick game here where it hasn't really moved. Now, the Toronto totals 227 to 231. I'll say, you know what? I guess got to look at the over there. The line's moving 4 points. Knick one here for me. No thanks. No thanks. No thought there. T-Money. Central Florida, for those who don't like to take money line as well, take it. Here we go. Money line money. T-Money line. Change your name, Daily Best Bets, with T-Money line. Where's UCF? Against Ole Miss? Against the old Mississippi? All right, let's see. Let's see, 75.9. Valpo, who they got on back? Miss got Temple on deck. You guys are playing Mizzou next. So you're rolling a little SEC out of conference. Look at the numbers here. I don't hate it. I mean, listen, if you like a dog, you want to sprinkle money line, I get it. Everybody likes to sprinkle in a little money line. Don, how are you? Keep grinding. Ready for a good streak. Still betting picks. I appreciate it, Don. I'll get there. And this is, I've said this before. College hoops has been good. Right? We have a good day of college hoops, but then I get a bad hockey day, and it kind of offsets that. And which is why, if you look at my picks, baseball loads up, college hoops, NFL. If I'm winning, I kind of stick to that. And I try to find a spot in another sport. We're going to hover around 500. I don't want to be 500. I'd rather just not even get involved. It's some people, though, they're like, oh, you don't have any picks in this. What are we doing here? They see I had like 2 winners and they think we're going to have that every day. Let's got to stick to what's going. Grinding it out, Don. Grinding it out. Lex Steele's in the house. Welcome. No go first 10 Montreal Canadiens plus 145. I didn't even bring up the ice window because you got 3 games today. And the fact I went 2-4 yesterday in the NHL, I was a little annoyed because I left off the Bruins like a dummy. What did you say here? Canadiens no goal first against Ottawa. No goal first 10 minutes plus 145. I'd probably go no goal most of the game. How about an under in there for minus the 110? Minnesota Red Wings over or Montreal plus the 180? I would maybe lean Montreal plus the 180. I mean, there's no shame in taking Minnesota over there. They've been kind of an over squad lately. I understand that thought process. Reynolds says guilty. Marshall cost him also. Celtics 60 off last night. Push -4. That was a roller coaster ride.
Celtics -3 and a hook. Never in doubt.
UMass should have won, but anyway, hey, listen. They fouled him. Low is the right side. What happens for sure. Great Rhode Island fighting with the Sooner one. This is why I don't really watch. I say better forget it. I'm not sitting there watching. Close losses. Do I sometimes look at college basketball box scores when I lose by 1, a half, crap like that, games going overtime, and say, well, if I hit a free throw, I'd have it, But there's got to be as many as those that I look at. How many don't I look at when I win by a point or 2 or get a push? So bet it, forget it. You can't worry about it. It is what it is. I bet a game. I'm betting a 2-point dog, 1.5 point dog. I'm thinking they're winning outright anyway. Anything under, I'm going to say anything under 10, I'm thinking not only am I going to cover, I got a shot at an outright win. Football, you're a pick 6 away from, taking a lead in a game you're getting 10 in, I mean, that's just the way I bet and I think. Michael's in the house. We should really start out with a hot stove rant with Correa going to the Giants. Should we do a hot stove baseball rant right now at the what are we at, the 23:44 mark?
Bring it. Why, you don't like it?
Hot stove rant. Well, let's just 11 years. People are like, how do you give that guy a contract? Or 13 years, right? It's 13 years.
13, 350.
All right. It takes him to 41. But we've seen these other contracts all go to 40-year-old guys. So any agent's going to say, hey, this guy got that. That's the going rate, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do I hate it for San Fran? Not really. It was either Judge or him. They need some kind of franchise guy over there.
100%.
And I thought, what are the Cubs doing here? Cubs didn't go after Judge or Correa. Who they get? Dansby? They didn't go after Turner. What is that franchise?
They got Cody Bellinger. What are you talking about?
I wanted the Yankees to get Cody. Here we go. We'll go back on my Yankee tip here. Given Judge's contract, which I think is dumb, right? But yeah. We've seen these. Xander Bogaerts gets a contract till he's 41. What? The 40-year-old contract. That's what I'm just going to call these things.
Yeah.
Like, what are teams doing here? I'm going to start with the Yankees. And now they're talking about, well, Rodon's asking prices too much. you made good deals. I'm not mad about the Montes deal last year. Everybody wanted him. Good. Get me Montes. Do I think he was hurt coming? Probably he was still recovering from whatever his elbow injury was he got with the
Yes.
Athletics. I still like that deal. Fabulous. Benedetti, I still like that deal. Bring him back. I need a guy who hits and gets on base. I don't, you got to get on base. Judge isn't going to hit 60 homers every year and bat 305.
What?
That's not happening. Rizzo, I didn't even mind a Rizzo deal. Good lefty with some pop. Maybe the shift helps him out. He finds, gets back up to the 270, 280 range. The Gallo deal. You got to be happy when Gallo came to town, right? I mean, wow, nice pickup. All right. The guy didn't pan out. But this year, you saw your team collapse with one guy. All right. We've seen contracts of 10 years go bad. And I'm not saying Correa is going to go bad. I mean, it's going to be good he should be good for 5 or 6 years. The guy's 28. You should get 5-6 years out of him. So half your contract, you should have above average production. Same with Trey Turner.
Yep.
Judge, if you get 3 solid years out of Judge, I mean, the Yankees, it's a little different there. That guy's going to generate a little more income for the Yanks just getting to the playoffs. That'll offset World Series or not. But these other contracts, I do not get. I mean, the Giants, the Cubs are talking about getting both Correa and actually Turner at the time. They're talking about getting 2 shortstops, Xander and Correa, I should say, before Turner signed Philly right away. But it was supposed to be Xander and him. One would play third base, and they get Dansby Swanson. And now Dansby was supposed to be good, right? I thought he was a number 1 draft pick or top.
He's definitely Swanson's a big piece that's still out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like he was projected high, right? I mean, that trade was a monster trade when Arizona traded him.
Yeah.
But is that what the Cubs want to rally around here? I mean, I don't like Nemo. Nemo gets what was his contract?
8 for 262. 162. 162. 162.
162. And Benedetti's numbers are way above his numbers. Look at the numbers. Compare them.
Nemo gets on base. That's what we needed.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if I'm Benedetti, I'm like, well, why don't you pay me?
Well, why can't I get more? Yeah. And that's what you're going to get now. Is he got that? I can get more. And
that's how the contract works.
Welcome to the new age of baseball, where the 2, 3, 4 year contracts are no longer existent. If you want a player, you got to sign them 8+ years.
That's fine.
I was interested to see what Shohei Ohtani gets next year.
At $500 million.
Yeah, he's gonna get 11 years, $500 million, 12 years, 500, something like that. And who are the teams that can sign him?
Well, where's he gonna go?
New York.
He's gonna want to go. I think he wants to stay on the West Coast.
He either goes Dodgers, Yankees, Mets. I don't really see anybody else that can afford him.
I don't think he's going to Yanks or the Mets.
You never know.
San Fran or LA. Those are the only spots he's going.
With San Fran signing Correa, can they afford Shohei?
Yeah, they got nobody else under.
Can they afford him now?
Who's under? Go look at that team. Who's under contract for the next year? They got nobody. Who? Sean Manaea? They signed Sean Manaea.
Oh yeah, they did. That's right.
I mean, they didn't. Oh, let's sign an old days left. How did that work out with Lincecum? Remember when Lincecum went over there? He had 2 good years.
I remember
2 good years. He fell off. He was awesome for a while.
I like.
No, it wasn't Lincecum. It was Barry Zito. They signed Barry Zito from the Yankees.
Oh, him too.
Yes, I just some of these deals.
Well, welcome to the new age of baseball, where everybody's going to get a crap ton of money.
But I don't care. Get your money. I'm for everybody getting paid. That's fine.
Yep.
You want to sign? I'm not for signing Judge at 31 or a 30 or 30, 31, 32-year-old for 10, 11, 12 years. You want to sign, you want to go Braves route and sign 25-year-olds for 10 years? Sure. Lock them up. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
That's
Braves did a fantastic job, and I hate it.
But I don't know. Still Giants, you got a lot of work to do there.
Yes, they do. I still think they're the 3rd best team in that division.
Yeah, I think the Padres are 1 and the Dodgers are 2.
I think a lot of people will see what the Padres did over the offseason, try to go after them. I still think the Dodgers are the best team in that division. Dodgers are going to go out, win another 108 games, get knocked out in the first round, and move on.
I don't know. All their young guys, everybody they got a lot of young stuff. They're not signing anybody. Again, the Bauer, I mean,
Which is exactly why Shohei is going to be a Dodger after next year.
well, I know because they have a lot of money tied up in contracts. Granted they have a lot of young guys, but
Yeah.
Betts, Freeman, Kershaw come off. That's $20 million, whatever he's getting. The pitching staff, they got nobody tied up in. It comes down to the Bauer money. They're gonna have to pay him $60 million this year. You cannot pay this guy because his gonna be like, well, hello, I know it's the NFL. This guy's got a guaranteed contract, and he was actually, arrested. My guy's got nothing. My guy's got text messages.
Nothing.
Somebody's mad at him. I mean, he's getting $60 million, and that's going to affect their payroll. That's on their payroll.
I think Trevor Bauer should be able to play, but that's just me.
Yeah, he should play. Who cares? He likes to have rough love with his lady friends. I mean, hi, here's the text saying, "Do this to me." I mean, that's a whole nother story.
We're not getting into that.
We're gonna bring up into that, or
we're not bringing up that. But no,
for $60 million that they owe him,
rough.
That's right onto their salary cap.
Yep.
And they have a 400. That's a 400. That's a good, between the tax. That's a $400 million budget this year for them.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money they have. $400 million, you'll be like, no. That's someone's gonna open up the books and be like, what?
Oh yeah. Somebody will open up the books for him.
I don't think he'll play anywhere else. So people don't. I don't know. Let's see. Michael's like the Pacers, yes. Raptors, yes. Magic, yes. Thunder, yes. And Maryland. Mike, were you like watching the show for 10 minutes before you even popped in ready to comment? We said all these. We said all these. Go ahead, Tim.
I'll say I'm on his Pacers, Raptors, and Thunder. I did not take the Magic today. I did not, although I was very close to. But I'll take the Pacers, Raptors, and Thunder, and I'll raise you another Chicago Bulls -4, and the Dallas Mavericks on the money line. Those are my other two. I'm continuing to back Dallas at home.
Yeah, especially at a short number, worth a shot.
Yeah, you're telling me a 17-11 team in the Cavaliers, the number 3 team in the East, is plus money?
Yeah, people jump on the Cavs because they're good.
Give me the Mavericks all day.
Yeah, DePaul Duquesne, the Duquesne Dukes here. This was a 1.5 last night, 3. I'm confused. I kind of like DePaul last night, and now it's 3. I don't know what to do here. It's an odd move. I'm not high on Duquesne. I think I said this before in the show. I kind of like this DePaul team a little bit. At 3, maybe lean DePaul. Not betting it. And there's another game since we're on it because I wrote it down. I was doing my notes here. Nice. This is on a nice little napkin. This is how I roll here. South Dakota and Coastal. And I ended up betting the Coastal game because I'm like, this was a 1.5. It went to 4. And they played last month. Coastal won by 7 in Coastal. This South Dakota team, I'm not really high on. I just Coastal's a lot better. Again, maybe I should have took the DePaul game as well since I took one dog and not the other. Usually I say I don't like picking and choosing. But yeah, I would lean DePaul there. Higgs $2 yesterday, but also back Houston and Marshall. What are we doing on Marshall, Nathan? We said right in the show, don't take that. And Houston, that's a tough one. You're laying 30. What are you going to? Team total under did cash, though. If you faded the other team, that total was, I think, 48, Tim said. I thought it was at 52. He's like, that's at 48. They got 46 points. You allow 46, you don't cover. And this is why I mentioned laying these 25-30 is not really where I want to do. Saint-Clair. Here, you just heard us talking. If these are going to be the new norms, right? Shortstop's getting these contracts, right? He's going to say, hey, Turner got this. Bogart's got this. Put me on the same level. You can't hate it. Can't hate a Ricky card. No, you can't hate a Ricky card. Love a little Ricky Anderson. We were at Lids getting some Christmas gifts for my son, and they have. Oh, hold on, Nathan. I'm gonna go back to Richie, and they have a bunch of tops there and whatever, and they had stuff in the. They have it under glass, like chrome limited edition and all this stuff. I'm always like, I wouldn't even know what cards to get you, so I didn't get you anything. I said, please don't buy me any cards. It's all right. She doesn't know what I have in my closet. Yes. Riverside, plus the points. Take it. Take it. You got a 16. Nice number there. You got a 16. We got 14s here in the chat. Good for you. Duquesne, -3. So I kind of like the other side there, Nate. Yeah, I know. Second card in the pack should have only been better. Here's another one. This is leading off this pack. Al Pederique. Look at the face on this guy. This is when cards were cards. Hey, do you like Duquesne or do you like DePaul today? Who do you like? Let me ask you something. If this was the second card, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing there. It's getting a little silly. Thoughts on Drexel? I like Drexel versus the Hall. Yes, let down, big win, absolutely. Yeah, Drexel's they're not a good club, but at 14, Hall off a big win, and they've kind of underachieved. And you're playing a in-state rival. Give me the double digits there. I have this. What do I have this game at here? I got this at a 12. So if I'm getting a little extra value, I will lean towards the Dragons. This game where Louisville tries to turn the tide. Nathan, you heard me say this, Nathan. How do we bet on teams to just all of a sudden turn it on? I mean, they haven't looked good. It's not like they've been competitive. It's one thing taking a team, they're losing some close ones. I understand losing a close game. You're there, you're fighting. These guys are getting blown out by 20 and 30 left and right. Dog of the day, UCF money line and Georgia Southern -5. So Georgia Southern. Where's Georgia Southern? We got Georgia Southern? I don't know. I got a Georgia State. Hold on a second. I know someone else said big waves. They liked. Oh, here we go. Georgia Southern's playing Moorhead. That's why. Added game. No, it's not an added game. Where is this on rotation? Oh my goodness. No wonder why. It's the second game. I'm looking down. I'm looking down line for them. All right. So UCF against Ole Miss, 5.5. And you're going to take a money line. And you like Southern over Moorhead. That one didn't even stick out to me at all. I'm looking at, was it 4? It was 4.5, 129. I mean, the UCF one I could understand. You want to take a shot on that guy? Sure. Stephen F. Austin versus Louisiana Tech. That's a 6.5 now. So this was a 5. Not loving that line move there. People betting on Louisiana Tech aren't your average college basketball fans. Those guys who probably know a little bit, they're moving the line 1.5. Nathan, I'd stay away. Stetson +14. I don't mind a little Stetson versus Charleston. I'm going to let you know a little secret. I got a Stetson +15 on the opener there. So Miami, Ohio versus the Gators at 12. Hold on. Nope, that's Ohio. That's not Miami, Ohio. We got Cincinnati. Sorry, Ohio fans. Another battle in Ohio. The Red Hawks of Ohio, not the Ohio Bobcats. So 16 here against Cincy. Let's see this game. I saw the 16. I just kind of moved on from. I didn't even stop to say hello. You know what? I don't mind taking the points here. Last year's game, 59-58. Before that, we won't talk about before that. It was 2011. So last year was 59-58. So little battle. You know what? I'm not going to say no to this game here. Since he shoots the ball a little better, I get it. But this is an in-state. Kids know each other. I'll take 16 with you, sure. 2-1 on the ice yesterday. Tampa only lost. Only lost was New Jersey. Yeah, I had that New Jersey over. Didn't get there for me. Elliott. I ain't betting against Ole Miss. They're 6-0 at home. Well, you don't have to bet it. You don't have to take UCF. I didn't bet it. LaMelo's back, Hornets cover. Cavs money line. Wolves with the points. Vancouver money line on the ice. So let's just start here. So pull up some NBA. Charlotte over Detroit. Again, 7-win Charlotte team. Oh my goodness. Everybody's been
Wait,
Charlotte.
LaMelo? I didn't even realize LaMelo was back because we did the game on the ESP show. I went through the injury report, saw him out. I guess they just upgraded him to questionable. He hasn't played since the third game of the year. I don't really think it matters. I didn't bet the game, but I don't think it matters.
I would lean Detroit.
I would lean Detroit as well. But
Cavs, we talked about the Mavericks at home. I mean, this line, Mavs at home are pretty good. Minnesota against Clippers. I kind of like Minnesota a little bit here. This one I don't really hate. Vancouver money line on the ice, plus 150. Sure, I don't. I'm never gonna say no to taking 150, Ellie. You know that. Good luck to you, my friend. It's a dog day for me. Every day should be a dog day. Tennessee State versus who's that? Charleston Southern, right? So it's a 6. This was a 7 last night, so it came down a little. I got this right at 7, Andrew. So did not make my cut of plays, but I don't mind. I if you want to take it, I bet Charleston Southern in another game before, so that's probably why I just avoided this one instead of just taking the 7. I was like, didn't really jump out. Wings Wild over to 6. Flames Canucks under the 6.5. Yeah, Minnie's been playing a lot over, so you got to kind of like the over there and the under with Calgary here. Sure. You know better than I do. I stayed away from today's card on the ice. If Lamel's back, I'd go the other way, give the Pistons. Everyone's going to take the Hornets. Been a while, integrate. Yeah, exactly. And you listen, a guy coming back from injury is not coming in and paying him 42 minutes. Coming in to get my World Cup pick. Yes, we like stir the pot. How great Steph Curry is. Take the great hilarious. Yeah, World Cup will take Croatia to win it all.
Well, they lost yesterday, so good work.
Did they? Oh, all right.
Yeah, they lost, I think, badly to Argentina.
All right, who's playing? Brazil?
I have not a clue. No, Brazil's out as well.
Who's in the World Cup?
Today is Morocco. All right, is today Morocco?
We'll go Morocco.
Morocco versus France.
Definitely. Go against
Morocco
France.
It is. Let's do it.
Morocco, French, bunch of surrender monkeys. They'll give up. Morocco score a goal first. France will surrender. They'll be like, here, take these soccer balls. They're like new. Kicked, only dropped once. Steph Curry. Not as good as his dad. Long Beach. Yeah, we like a little Long Beach. Speaking of Long Beach, not really, Richie, but since you're here. Little Blackjack McDowell rated rookie. How good was this guy when he came out? Little McDowell. I remember the Yanks got him. Terrible. Thanks, Ken Griffey Jr. Gave up that Griffey Jr. hit in 95. I have to learn to not watch. I'm sitting score watching for hours. It's disgusting. That is bet it and forget it, team money. I say this all the time. You can't. Don't do that. Stop it. Get some help. Get a life. Get out of there. How about I don't even have an NFL app. I don't have the NFL app on my phone, nor ESPN. For score. No. Don't do that to yourself. What are you doing? He doesn't have to score, just him being on floor will make a difference. He can pass and the ball well. It doesn't, he's still got to, come on, Ellie. He's been out for a bit. But we're going to find out. Here comes the pen for Elliot. The pen is out from my dentist office. Elliot loves, I'm putting a heart down, loves LaMelo. So we'll have to address that tomorrow. Is that a big brain? Giants, the king of mediocrity. I love it. The San Francisco Giants or the New York Football Giants? 66-03. Radford, VCU under the 133. This hasn't moved. This is still a 133. I kind of like the over. I'm sure he'll score when he has the opportunity. LaMelo has a high basketball IQ. Here we go. The MLB rants. Listen, Elliot. I just I'm a fan of baseball. Baseball is my favorite sport. And as a former Yankee fan, because I just can't take it anymore. And I ran down things I liked what Cashman did. But you hold on to young players, you don't play them. Like, Clint Frazier. Why should have let Clint Frazier play? No, we're not going to sign Clint Frazier. We're not going to let him play. Nah, that's all right. We'll go somewhere else. You got these young shortstops. Can we trade Lieber and get Lopez in here? Can we get another arm? Can we get some arms? You need pitching. We can club bad pitching all year. You know what happens in the playoffs for the last decade? You get run out of the building is what happens. You barely escaped Cleveland, who had no offense. And if I'm a Cleveland Indian fan, Josh Belt's the best we could do. 34-year-old guy who hits like 17 homers. That's the best we got. That's the best. Come on. So the Giants re-signed Rodon. Yeah, listen, I'll give him 7. I don't care. He's not getting a no trade clause, though. When he's there, he's good. He's good. But if I'm the Giants, all right, you signed what? Like the direction of your team, you have the Dodgers and the Padres are all in again. They're like, we're trying. We're going for it again. We smell blood in the water. Dodgers let guys walk. Okay, they have young guys replacing them. We talked about the Dodgers lineup. Mac Muncy hit 190. Gallo hit 190. Bellinger hit 190 or 200, whatever these guys hit. This was not a team that was just, you like the Yankees. It's all right. You could gang up on bad pitching and bad stats and run off a bunch of wins. But let's look at the staff now. Kershaw's a year older. Of course, Bueller's not coming back this year. I like Urias. I like Gonsolin. I mean, I get it. But these are 5 and 6 inning pitchers. That's going to take a toll again on the bullpen. And you don't have all these young guys that come up because they're already here filling in. Betts, Freeman, okay, fine. I just don't think if I'm a Giant guy, I don't want to do it because I don't know. What do you just kind of piecemeal with who you got now? You got Webb. You bring back who? You sign Manaea. I think they signed some other pitcher too. Do you wait? You go all in on Ohtani next year? Mike, you guys don't have a lot of money tied up going down the road. So that's why they could afford Judge and somebody else. So they could get Correa and Ohtani next year. You like the moves the Yanks made so far? What move's that? Judge? Whoop-de-doo. Let's bring back Judge. Really going out on a limb there. Bring back Judge. Let's be honest. Outside Houston, Dodgers, I'll say Cubs at one time. Yeah, the Cubs, I mean, they still think it's 2016. I don't know what they're doing over there. I feel like hitting a 5-teamer for $3 bills. It'd be great to hit one. If you know you're going to hit it, why make it 3? Make it a cool dime. But when you go 4-1 and you lose. Swanson anywhere but Atlanta. Nice Sean Murphy pickup for them to go with Travis D'Arnid. No parlays. If you're giving away for Toys for Tots, it's a great charity this time of year. I love my Reds. Think I might need help. At least the Reds say, "Hey, we're going to bring up our young guys and try." What are you going to do? You're hamstrung. You got Votto's do what, $40 million or whatever the heck he's got. Ride the young guys. And I understand you're in the Central. I think the Central's kind of wide open. I mean, obviously Cardinals or Brewers might be thought of as the better teams, but I'm not sold on this Cardinal team. I'm not that sold on them. That Brewers are talking about trading Corbin Burns. Trade him to the Yanks. We'll give you Hicks and Josh Donaldson. The Aggies. Where's this New Mexico State against St. Mary's? It's a 14 spot. Nash was 12 last night. I don't know. At 14, I might have to come in on the dog there. I'll have to lean doggy. UAB and Auburn from Big Waves. Now, I don't like these big faves like Auburn lane 20s here. And as we talked about Louisville and Florida State being bad squads, how about South Carolina? A 16-point dog to UAB. Wow. Back to the Auburn. And that's... I can't believe they were that much of a favorite over South Carolina. I even put an exclamation point next to it. I'm like, South Carolina 16 with an exclamation point. How? What happened to South Carolina? I mean, not that it was some top 10 team, but I mean, you're getting 16 points. And you get 16 points and you just won 2 games. I don't know. I might have to take the 16. As bad as they are, it's still 16 points. UAB, any kind of crazy nonsense on here? Oh, not really. They're just putting up points though. That's. I know you got plus. It's really a minus. Auburn against Georgia State. I got this right around. What do I have? This 21 and a half, 22. Otani's 2 players and one. He needs a winning team. He goes to LA. I think he's staying on the West Coast because he's got. I remember them talking about this trading deadline. He's got a bunch of endorsement stuffs with Japanese media and stuff, and that's a lot of West Coast. I mean, it's not here on the East. The Giants on Otani, I will chip in. I feel the shakes coming. I need something to bet. Come on, Iceman. Stop it. Stop it. This guy needs some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Man. Could be a Deads fan and you're losing franchise. There's absolutely nothing in offense. Trust me. Well, I feel bad for Reds fans. But you got some young pitchers. Who knows? A couple of young hitters start hitting. Anything's popular. Papa Payne. It's not the owners who spend a ton of money that problem. It's the ones who spend $60 million on entire payroll. Well, yeah. I mean, if people are going to complain like teams spending $250 million, and then you have owners that don't spend, and just speaking about the money like this, everybody's like, "Oh, it's the Yankees." Again, I'm a Yankee fan my whole life. Donnie baseball. Not that I like Derek Jeter, most overrated player in baseball history. Let's remember the first $1 million player was, I think it was Nolan Ryan. The Astros gave him that. I mean, Kirby Puckett of the Twins. Yeah, high bankroll Twins paid him like $3 million or whatever. Canseco got $4 million from the A's. How about that? The guys who were the first guys to break these huge $1 million barriers, it was like Canseco and Kirby Puckett on the Twins and Oakland A's. 5-minute warning comes up. Thank you. I saw it. I saw 54. I forgot we had the 5-minute warning. It's just like people are like, oh, the Yankees. Who gave Kevin Brown that huge contract back then? It was the Dodgers. Who gave A-Rod the contract? It was the Rangers. It wasn't the Yankees. I don't hear the Yankees gave A-Rod a contract. No, they didn't. That was established by Tom Hicks and the Rangers and by Kevin Brown before that. Yanks never given out the largest contract ever. It was someone else always beat them to it. The Angels. How's the Angels doing with Rendon and Trout? Biggest contracts in baseball. Well, not. I know it's changed now, but still. We got a 5-minute. We got a lot of comments too. Yes, exactly. Because they owe Bauer. They're gonna have to pay him his last 2 years. It's like $66 million. Thanks, Tim. It is Tim. Not that's Tim. Coastal. Yes. Long contracts never work. Exactly, Lane. Exactly, Robert. I apologize. Lane, how are you? Thanks for popping in. I'm going to race through these because we're up against it. That's a no play for me. Maryland off a tough game versus Tennessee. UCLA with Kentucky up next. You don't got to bet it. I get it's a marquee game on TV. AP, stay away. You don't got to do it. Take one of the picks rolling in the chat on here. We got 4 dogs for you. Take one of those instead. Big ways sound like me, but I don't know about it. I get it. Corey Jones checking in. Marco hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you. Moorhead and Georgia State. Someone else liked this game here. I got this right around the number. No real opinion on this game. Did not make the cut in any fashion. I bought 2 for Stephen F. Austin. You bought 2 points on the Stephen F. Austin game? It was a 5. I'm stay away. I guess you buy points for 7. I don't know. Ohio versus the Gators. I kind of like the Gators basketball team this year, so that's a no for me there. But if you want to go Miami, Ohio, plus 16 versus Cincinnati, I'd say yes to that one first. I buy points. Never buy points. No. Buying points, tomorrow's topic. It's a topic right now. Never buy points. I do like UCLA a little, but I'm not playing it. Didn't make the cut. Not even a freebie here. No, thank you. Detroit's not going to be official. Charlotte. Detroit's winning today now. Thanks, Elliot. Not Lane Elliott, the other Elliott. No, I don't. I'm sure people. Listen, Maryland's off a tough one. Stay away. DePaul and Duquesne. I kind of like DePaul a little bit. Did not bet it. Nearly made the show, though. Nearly made it. Untouchable, welcome. Southeast Missouri, Arkansas State. I like. I was going to say Southeast Missouri here, but this line hasn't really moved. It's still 2. Yeah, I kind of like Southeast Mizzou. Did not bet it. Red Wings money line on the ice. Sure, as a nice $2 dog. How about an over there as well? Appy, Western Kentucky. Hold on a second. I thought, this is Wake.
App State,
WK,
Wake
right?
Forest.
That's Wake. I was like, yeah, I see WK. I'm thinking it's Western. 12.5. No real opinion. Did not make it. Queens money line. There you go. We like a little Queens College. The Royals of North Carolina.
I didn't even know that was a school.
France. I see London. I see France. Over in UCLA, no opinion. San Francisco Giants. Oh, boy. Here we go. We'll talk more baseball tomorrow. Directional plus the points. Sure. Miami O plus any points. Yes, I like them both. Richie P coming in on 6607, which is Jackson State. He likes over 130. It was 131 yesterday. Looks like it's come down. 16-team parlay. Here we come. There we go. Round them all in there. St. Mary's Strangles, New Mexico. Maybe an under there, Rob, instead of a side. You want to go under to 130. UB's going to run South Carolina, Jim. South Carolina. 16-point dog. Whew. Wow. Ohio, 13 versus Florida. No opinion on that game. I like Miami, Ohio. But with that, we are out of here. Back tomorrow. If you haven't already, go follow the podcast somewhere on the channel. I'm out of here.